So you want to make sure you have absolutely no black around the eyes. So I'm just taking a cotton ball with some makeup remover and taking off all my leftover liner and mascara. And then I just popped in some beautiful blue contacts because Ice Queens always have the most beautiful blue eyes. Next, I am taking a foundation that's a couple shades lighter than my skin tone and packing it on with a beauty blender. Ice Queens don't get much sun, so she pretty much has to be as pale as Casper. I will also list all the products I use down in the description box. You also want to make sure you cover your eyebrows and anywhere you get red because we want to have a complete even skin tone. Depending on what you're wearing, you don't have to do this step, but since I'm bare on the top right here, I am just putting foundation on my shoulders and my neck. Next, I'm taking a really light concealer and just touching up under my eyes and really any imperfections that shine through the foundation. I have some freckles on my nose, so I want to make sure those are covered. I'm also going to go back in on my eyebrows because I feel like they're still a little dark, so I want to make them as light as possible without having to use glue and powder. So next I went in with some white powder to set it, but I will be honest with you guys, this powder was extremely white. So later I actually touched up my skin with the foundation that I used before, and it kind of toned it down a little bit because I was literally Casper. Next I'm taking a fluffy brush and I'm using this grayish bluish shade and blending it into my crease, in towards the nose because I want to make that inner corner really deep and sunken in. I'm also going to take the shade up to the temples just to kind of elongate my eye. And please excuse my ratchet mirror. It was the only big handheld mirror I had, so don't judge me. Thank you so much. Next, I'm going in with some white cream eyeshadow primer and taking an eyebrow brush and blending it onto my eyebrows, making them a little more white yet again because at this point I pretty much don't want to have any eyebrows whatsoever. Goodbye. So here I'm taking the same primer and same eyebrow brush and just cutting my crease, and I'm kind of following the indentation of my eyeball. That's probably going to be the best way to cut the crease, is just the trace of your eyeball. And now I'm taking a shimmery white pigment and placing that right in the inner corners of my eye to give it a nice pop. And I'm also using a very small detailed brush for this. So I decided to take it even further and accentuate that crease. So I'm just taking that small detailed brush and just patting in the pigment onto the white primer. Now I'm going in with the cream highlight and packing it onto the high points of my cheekbone. We're pretty much going to be doing a crap ton of highlights, so be prepared to be shimmered and glitterified. And I pretty much want to be shiny everywhere, so I'm just taking it on my nose. I'm going to put a little bit on my temple, and I'm also going to highlight my lips as well. To set it, I'm just going to take this shimmery white glitter pigment and taking a fluffy brush and just packing it on everywhere where I put that cream base. You want to do the patting motion so that way the glitter doesn't get everywhere and make a huge mess, but I really didn't care because I totally made a mess doing this look. Now I'm going back in with that gray tone that we used on the crease, and I'm just contouring my cheekbones. Yes, contour, shine through. Just deepening that color, taking it a little bit down to the jawbone, making my face look a little bit more like Angelina Jolie, a little bit more chiseled. And I always like contouring this little lip part just to make my lips look a little more fuller. Okay, so next I'm going in with the pink cream blush, and I'm just lightly applying it on the apples of the cheeks just to give her a little bit of color. I'm also putting a little bit on my nose. This is what's called the windburn. This is what people usually look like if they've gone skiing all day. So that's what I kind of want to make her look like she's been in the snow all day, you know, doing queen stuff. Okay, so now I'm going in with a goldish champagne-y shade and dusting that right on the lids. So here I'm going to white out my eyelashes by using a white mascara. This is actually a mascara primer, and I'm just putting a few coats of this. I actually put on a lot of this product. I'm also going to white out my eyebrows yet again because I want them to be completely white. Then I'm going to go in with some white loose pigment. This is a white matte shade, and I'm carefully packing that on my wet mascara just to give it more of a fuller look and to make it look a little bit more white. It's best to lean forward when you do this part because you don't want this pigment going into your eyes because it probably will hurt. And see, my eyelashes are now white. Okay, so now I'm going back in with that cream highlight and just applying it all over the lips to make them a little bit more frosty and a little bit more shiny. And now I'm going back in with the fluffy brush with that contour shade and just applying it right in the center of my lips. This will give her a nice, deadish look. So now I'm going to cut this beautiful snowflake that I bought at the dollar store, and I'm just going to apply some spirit gum onto my forehead and place these little guys on it. You want to make sure you pat the spirit gum as soon as you put it on, that way it gets a little bit tacky, and then they'll stick right on. They will stay all night too. So now we're going to work with some glitter. I'm just taking this glitter glue primer and just applying it to the high points of my cheekbone and then gently patting in the glitter. I will say this came out a little chunky, so I just kept blending and blending and blending until my finger hurt, until it was all smoothed out. Next, I'm going in with this silver metallic shade and putting it all over my lips just to make my lips look a little more frozen, like Elsa. So to finish the look, I'm just going to glue these snowflakes onto my neck. I will say you won't be able to move your neck as much with these on, so if you're going to get crazy on the dance floor, I suggest you skip this step. But I just wanted to do it because it looks kind of cool and I didn't have anything else to wear. So now I'm just going to contour and highlight my neck, and I'm just following my natural bone structure. And now I'm just adding highlight on the bones. And that is the completed look. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you want to do any recreations, I'd love to see them. Subscribe to my channel if you haven't already, and I'll talk to you guys soon. Bye!